Hey guys, Dan with Grit Overland. We're here in the Pacific Northwest in Washougal, Washington at our factory. And as you can see, I'm standing here in front of a Grit Overland Link 148 all-wheel drive on the Ford Transit chassis. And I wanted to talk to you about how easy it is to winterize these things right from the factory. No extra parts needed, super simple. So we're standing here at the water fill or freshwater connection. This will fill your 22-gallon freshwater tank, or you can bypass that tank, which is inside the van and insulated, and just go straight to city water fixtures if you're hooked up at an RV park or a house or something like that. Right from the factory, you're going to get this black case. And I apologize if you can hear the helicopter. We're just not gonna get a break, and this is what it is. So hopefully the audio comes out good. Right from the factory, you're gonna get one of these black cases, and this comes in your van. And inside this van is a bunch of different stuff, but there's a couple things I wanna point out. Your shower handle, this is for your indoor and your outdoor shower, and we'll show you that in a minute. And then two of the things we wanna point out right now and actually put onto the side of the van is your pressure regulator and your Schrader valve adapter for an air compressor. So the first thing you do is screw your pressure regulator into the side of the van. And this will regulate the water pressure and air pressure down to 55 PSI. As you can see, this little sticker here talks about that, so you don't damage the plumbing system. And then the second thing that you screw in here is that Schrader valve adapter. And that way you can actually hook up an air compressor, or one of my favorite upgrades is you can add an onboard air compressor, and now you can really do this in about the same amount of time it takes to fill up a tank of gas. So follow me inside the van. We're gonna walk through the whole rest of the process. The only thing I don't have is an onboard air compressor here, so you won't actually get to see it spit water and air, but you'll get a really good idea of how long this actually takes. So at the back of the van here, you've got our H2O Control Center, your water pump button. As you can see right now, the lever is for the valve is pointed at onboard water. That's drawing from the freshwater tank. And all we're going to do is imagine we have an air compressor hooked up to the outside. Now the first thing I'm gonna do right inside here, in this one there's a little red lever right there, and I'm gonna actually twist that lever down. And if you take a peek under the van, you'll actually see the low point drain is draining water, and you can speed that up. Right now we're parked on a little bit of a downhill, so it's gonna drain kind of slow, but if you actually park your nose up just a little bit, that will drain quite quickly. And we just have a few gallons in the bottom of this thing. It's not too much water. Once that's done, close that valve off. Now my low point drain is done. Now I'm gonna turn on my air compressor, and I'm actually gonna grab my shower handle out of here. And I'm gonna repeat this process with my indoor shower as well. Because the whole point of this thing is, I wanna get the water out of the water pump. I wanna get the water, so it's just air replacing everything here. I wanna get it out of all sections of the valve. I wanna get it out of all three of the fixtures in the van. And when I say the fixtures, I mean the outdoor shower, the indoor shower, and the sink. So everything pretty much just has air in it with a little bit of water. If there's a little bit of water left in the system, as long as it can't pool and freeze in a tube where it's contained, it's gonna be just fine. You've got high quality brass fixtures, you've got PEX tubing. So this is all built with really high quality parts. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna turn on your pump, and you're gonna turn on your water. And in this case, you're gonna see actually just water spraying. But what we would do is, with the air compressor hooked up to that, we would go to city fixtures, we would go to Winterize, sanitize, and we'd go to tank fill and have air blowing in through all of this stuff. When this is just spitting air and a little bit of water, we're gonna go back to onboard, and then we're going to leave the pump on. And again, once you know how to do this, you can actually do this at a gas station. I can do this like if I'm on way home from a winter trip from the mountain where we've been split boarding or skiing or whatever. I can do this in the amount of time it takes to fill up a tank of gas. I'll hook my shower up here. Same exact process. Turn both of those valves on. spray it. It'll be spitting air and water until all the lines that come from the freshwater tank and the water pump through the van into the sink. And then I just simply will turn my sink on as well and empty out that line until it's just spitting air. I'll do that with both hot and cold water. And once it's just spitting air and a little bit of water, I'm pretty much done at that point. And honestly, that's pretty much it. The van is pretty much winterized at that point. It's so easy. It really does take about 5 minutes once you know what you're doing. You guys, if you have any questions about it, put them in the comments. Let us know what other concerns you have or questions about whether it's winterized or, you know, anything else to do with the plumbing system.